Okay, y'all. This is a surprise live. Okay, so this is a surprise live. I just want to jump on here and talk about this upcoming fight. I mean, I hadn't planned on doing any more lives. I hadn't planned on getting on doing any videos. Like I said, I ain't coming back for till next Tuesday. But hey, after this one, I promise I'm not. But this fight just came up. So yeah, had some people asking me some questions about it. So I said, you know what? Yeah, let me jump on and we'll talk just for a little bit. I'm on the go again, so you know how it is. You know how I do these combo on the goes. So yeah, we'll talk for a little bit, and that's about it. Cause yeah, still busy. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? Tyler Santos and Aaron Blanchfield, man. Got a few people in here, so we'll get started about like at the minute 30 or 2 minute mark. Cause I know y'all want to hear more discussion about this fight. Some people asked me some questions about it, what I think, because this fight, it consists of two of my quadruple threats, and yeah, yeah, one is up there, one is in the making, but it's going down, man. They decided to make this fight, right? So yeah, just a few questions I got about this one. I know some of y'all had as well that y'all asked me. That's why I put it in the title. Can Tyler Santos, can she break Aaron Blanchfield? Can Aaron Blanchfield hold her own in this fight? I don't know. We'll just have to see, right, in a couple months. I mean, Aaron Blanchfield, for the most part, I think a lot of people, they mix it up, man. Like, they think that Aaron Blanchfield is like a soft girl, but I'm telling y'all, man, like for the ones like me that's been following her since, she was like 17, 18, I was like, man, there's something about this girl, Blanchfield. She just has something that's a little bit different than these other girls. Like, she don't mind getting dirty, right? She really don't mind getting dirty, man. So I don't see that happening. Right off top, like I don't see her, I don't see her breaking mentally or physically. She ain't that type of fighter. All right, so we got a few people in here. Yeah, man. Like I said, I ain't planning on doing any more lives or any other videos. After this one, I'm done. After this one, I'm done until next Tuesday. All right, so I ain't promise y'all, but this time I am. I ain't doing any more videos until Tuesday. I'm taking the rest of the week off. But like I said, this fight just came up out of nowhere, and some folks asked me about this one, so I said I'll talk a little bit about it. But after that, y'all gotta wait a week or so. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Aaron, Aaron, to me, she's the type of fighter that, since the jump, she knew what she was getting into. She knew what she was getting into, and she knew what type of approach she needed to take. That's with some of these special fighters. They know like how taxing it can be on your body, how mentally draining it can be, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people think just by looking at her like she's some type of soft girl or something, but no, man. Like, Aaron, since day one, even with her grappling and her jujitsu, she's always been, a very, very, a very sharp fighter. One that likes to grow and doesn't mind getting dirty. So, yeah, I think that she can definitely hold her own in a fight with Tyler Santos. But can she get the victory? I don't know, man. Like, that's a tough one, man, because I just think that Tyler Santos, she's just in a different mind state right now. Like, I think her momentum is just going. It's just riding high, especially off of that uh, performance against Valentina Shevchenko. Tyler is kind of on a warpath, and I think she feels a certain way about how the UFC just kind of overlooked her in this immediate rematch. And there's a lot of people that think that, yeah, Tyler Santos is the only one that deserves it right now. To me, I think there are a few selections, but if nobody's really bringing that energy, yeah, Tyler should have been the one to just go ahead and go in there, because she's the one that says yes, and she would have put on a good performance. But now that they throw this roadblock up in front of her and Aaron Blanchfield, I think, you will see Tyler Santos go in there and perform to a high level. and that's what Aaron has to be worried about. That's what she has to make sure she's prepared for. Um, Sink said JJ took Aaron down twice. JJ Aldridge, she might have. I can't remember. I got to go back and look. I got to go back and look at the fight. I can't remember if she did. I mean, if Aaron did let her take her down, I'm probably was it like the first round? I'm sure if she did, she was probably letting her take her down to accept takedown. It wasn't like she was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna I'm not good at my ground game, right? Like if JJ Aldridge takes her down, that's like Hannah Cyphers taking Mackenzie Dern down, right? Like somebody with great grappling and jiu-jitsu, they're gonna accept the takedown because that'll get them closer to a victory. It'll get them closer to the victory that they want, right? So yeah, I'll go back and look at that. I mean, with her taking her down, I don't really see much in that. Like, oh, like, yeah, like, oh, Aaron's weak on the ground, or oh, she has no takedown defense. No, if you take Aaron down, I think she's going to accept it because she's going to know what to go for, right? Sink said, I think it's too soon, but Aaron's young enough to where she can benefit from this and come back if she holds it L. Yeah, that's another way to look at it too. Like I said in my other video, I think that win or lose in this type of fight, it's a good position for her because even like when Casey O'Neill was calling out Jennifer Maia, I said I still pick Jennifer Maia in that fight, but it's a much needed fight for Casey O'Neill. Why? Because Casey O'Neill needs to grow. She needs to be in there with some experienced fighters, and that's what she asked for. She said, "Hey, I'll take her to Jennifer Maia. She's got the experience I wanted, right?" And win or lose, that's a benefit for her, right? And that's why I said Aaron Blanchfield should have been fighting Viviane Araújo instead of Amanda Ebas, right? Like Ebas was, moving up. Ebas was just coming into the division, and she just got one victory. Not even one victory. She ain't got no victories at flyweight. She had a close fight with Caitlin Chikagan, but I thought Aaron taking on Viviane Araújo would have been a much smarter fight. That would have been the wiser choice. Take that fight and then maybe like a potential title, like a potential title eliminator or something like that. Yeah, Claude said they should have given her Maia. Yeah, I would have probably gave Maia to Casey O'Neill since she asked for it. Sink said, yeah, I peeked the stats and saw just now. Need to watch for context. Yeah, I'll go back and check it out myself. But like I said, I don't think JJ taking her down was really like anything big, like because if anything, that'd be a mistake on JJ Aldridge's part, right? If you go into for a takedown against Aaron Blanchfield, you giving Aaron what she wants, right? But yeah, man, like I was saying, going back to Tyler, I think Tyler Santos, she's kind of on a warpath right now where she's trying to get back into the mix of making sure that she can secure this title shot. So it's kind of it is kind of a dangerous fight for Aaron to face somebody that's in that type of mind state because, Tyler Santos, she's bringing the heat. She's bringing the heat. Now, I know y'all said, okay, she can't stop Molly McCann, but, Molly McCann, she's a pretty good boxer. She uses a lot of movement, and her approach in that fight was to take her down and just slow Molly McCann down, right? Just try to physically break her down. But, sometimes Molly McCann, she can hang in there. I give her that. And I know we're going to say, okay, styles make fights. We saw what Aaron Blanchfield did. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Aaron has a bit more of a technical approach when she's on the ground, and somebody like Molly McCann that has really has no ground game, she will fall victim to like a Kimura or an armbar with ease. But Santos is kind of like a gritty fighter. You know what I mean? She's a gritty, go in there, physical, brute type of fighter that'll kind of break you down. Like sometimes she ain't looking for a clear finish, but the way she mauls you and just, puts that top control on you, she can break you down that way too. Like some of these fighters, yeah, they don't get stopped like Jillian Robertson, Roxanne, they're tough. They're tough. Oh, hold on, I was reading some comments here. Coach just said, "What's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on?" Claude said, "Looks like we might see Manon Valentina after all." I don't know. I really don't know. We might see Grasso Valentina. I mean, is she back from her injury? What's the update on that? Is she back from her surgery? I mean, I think it should be Grasso regardless. Two Beats, what's up, man? I wonder how Tyler would do against Amanda. Amanda Ebos or Amanda Nunes? Which one? If you're talking about Amanda Ebos, I think Tyler Santos would win that fight. If you're talking about Ebos, yeah. Nunes, not so much. Not so much. Okay, yeah, Nunes. I don't know. I'd have to go with Nunes. I got to go with Nunes. Like Tyler Santos is very impressive at flyweight and what she can do against Valentina Shevchenko, of course, because of her size and her grappling. But when you start jumping up to 135 against one of the best fighters in the world, oh man, yeah, that's got to be Amanda Nunes. Claus said apparently Manon is calling for it now. Are you talking about her posting up those IG stories? Because I already talked about that. I can't really call that as like a full on call out. I saw her acknowledging it because she was sharing in pictures. She was sharing all those IG stories of Valentina calling her out. But until they set a date, that's all I say. But I still think Grasso should be the one to jump in there since ain't nothing wrong with her. Mojo said Val versus Manon makes the most sense, but how long does it take to get Manon here? I'm thinking Grasso versus exactly. Yeah, Grasso versus the champion. Just to make sure, her nothing wrong with her ligament, so we have no excuses. Everything 100%. But anyways, do I think? Yeah, because somebody asked me this too. Do I think it's too soon for Blanchfield? Like I said in my other video, yeah, I kind of do. I do, but I can't say anything about the way Erin takes her approach. She in the beginning said, "Hey, I want to take a few more fights and work my way up." But I think sometimes the UFC they kind of put the pressure on you. Sometimes they put the pressure on you. You just have to accept it. Or sometimes you got to look at it this way: you start feeling yourself when you destroy a fighter, even if it is Molly McCann. Right? Let's be real. Like sometimes these fighters they do kind of feel themselves, or they get into a certain mode when they destroy somebody, whether it's somebody ranked above them or below them, and they're like, okay, I got this. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I got the ability to do anything. And then they look in from the outside looking in, they looking at everybody else in the division that lost to Valentina, right? Or the ones that don't want to take Valentina on. So somebody like Erin Blanchfield is probably thinking, what's wrong with these girls? Like, can't they see this? Can't they see that? Like, I know that's a dangerous thing, but you got to think that's how some of these fighters think. That's how they talk. So Erin is probably thinking, oh wow, like, I could do this, or if she would have done this, or if she had this ability like I did, hey, she should be able to stop this girl, or she should be able to get past Valentina in this certain in round 2 or round 1. You know what I mean? Like she's probably looking at it in those different aspects. So she probably said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and get past Tyler Santos. So closer I get, I think I got this. I mean, like I said, dangerous way of thinking, but hey, that's how some fighters think, and we got the proof because the way they talk and the way they jump the gun sometimes, right? So, at this point though, with her taking on Tyler, there really is no backtracking now. There really is no. I know she just signed a 4-fight deal. She just signed this 4-fight deal, so I'm pretty much assuming that with her situation, how it's going to go is this is her title eliminator, and she is going to get that Valentina fight. So I don't want to hear anything else from her at this point. Like the other fighters too. Like when they get up there, I don't want to hear them say, I want another fight. Like, what do y'all think? If she beats Tyler Santos, should she just call for the champ? Would y'all be mad at her? Would you be mad at Erin if she beats Tyler and she doesn't call out the champion? Now, again, remember, she ranked number 10. and it's a big jump for her. But what if she calls somebody else out? Who's gonna be mad? Who's gonna be mad? GP said, I actually see a lot of people doubting Santos on IG because Aaron finished Molly and Santos didn't. You know what? Yeah, like I don't even look at it that way. Like I just I just thought of it like right after, like maybe like a day after, I believe, after Molly McCann is submitted. I mean, Aaron Blanchfield submitted Molly McCann. I thought about it. I was like, dang, she got her out of there quick. But you know, that's it's a styles make fights type of thing. You know, like again, Aaron is much more technical on the ground, and that's what she's going to be looking for. Whereas again, the physical fighter that's kind of wearing them down and takes a different approach. You know, she's using more tie clinches and knees to the body, and just kind of using like a physical type of approach. Um, yeah, like I can just see different outcomes. I can't really base it off of that. I really can't. And then you got to look at the approach that Erin takes in her fights versus Molly. You know, Molly uses a lot more movement and she's using a lot more boxing, and she was hitting Tyler Santos clean with some shots. So who knows, like, you know, with all that movement, Tyler Santos was probably just a little bit not frustrated, but just a little bit out of her zone where she felt like I just need to like hold this girl down and beat her up a little bit. Like I don't really have the time to, try to grapple with this girl because she moves so much. But you see the way Aaron Blanchfield took her approach. She went straight for it. You know, she jabbed her way in, picked Molly up off, from the cage. It took her straight to the center, and just went to work. You know, she went to work on the upper body. You know, she attacked those arms and got that crucifix early. You know what I mean? So it's just all about approach. I'm sure Tyler could have did the same thing too, but what Tyler did versus Molly McCann and what Aaron did, we can't really gauge how they'll face off against each other, because since then, Santos has grown and she's gotten better, and she's a hell of a lot bigger and stronger than a lot of these girls. So Aaron, what she did against Molly might not work. It just might not work in there. Harry said, MUFC, I wouldn't be mad if she calls someone else out, but I feel like Blanchfield has enough self-belief that she would actively look for the title shot. It's probably an easier stylistic fight than Santos. You think Valentina's easier stylistic fight than Santos? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I have to think about that. Um, what do you think makes the championship fight a little bit easier than the Santos fight? Let's see. Tyler and Aaron both get hit a lot in fights. Yeah, what do you think about that, Valentina? What makes the Valentina fight a little bit easier? Mojo said, I think if Aaron was to have a solid win against Santos, her confidence would make her want to call out the Valentina fight. The rest is up to her camp and management. Yeah, because she just signed a 4-fight deal, and they throw her right into this fight. So I guess, like they said in the source that was listed, a couple of days ago, it pretty much is going to be a title eliminator in how they see it. You know what I mean? So she might as well go ahead and make that call out. And I mean, this will be her 6th fight at flyweight, so that is doable. That is doable. That's doable, especially when nobody else is there to take it. To be said, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Don't be surprised if Aaron goes in here and mauls Tyler. I know she ain't as strong as Miranda. I know she ain't as strong, but Miranda is really strong, and Aaron mauled her. Mauling. Let me think about that. Let me see. She's strong now. She's strong. Aaron is very strong. Aaron is strong. I mean, what she be picking girls up to, like Miranda and Molly McCann. Yeah, she's got a good, strong foundation to her. Strong legs too. She got strong legs and a strong core. Um, Maulin Tyler, like, dang. I never see that angle. That's interesting. Hmm. I'm trying to picture that right now, Two Beats. I really am, because it's hard for me to see her maul her. Like, I could see her like maybe do something similar to. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that. Do something similar to like Miranda Mary. I don't know about that. See, the thing about Santos is, she's not built like Miranda. She's taller, longer, and the way her body's built, the muscle and the strength is in different areas of her body where she can get better control over somebody like Aaron, or at least neutralize Aaron a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, Harriet said that he thought that this is an easier fight. He said the championship fight is easier than Santos. I want to know why. Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, because I don't know, man. Like, Valentina's just all around well rounded, all around skill sets is just superior to a lot of people in this division. So she sure calls out Valentina. She for sure calls out Valentina if she beats Santos. UFC is giving her a fat layup with this. Yeah, they are. They're giving her a big one, man. Because I mean, this is it, right? You right under the number one contender with this fight, and since Santos is the one calling for it, basically she's gonna be taking her shot, kind of like Marina and versus Lemos. Blanchfield. Let's see if Blanchfield can be Amanda Lemos in this situation. Huh? Let's see if she can be Amanda Lemos in this situation where she come in, swoop in, and take that top contender spot. Like where Marina was on her streak, and then has to fight Lemos and loses that streak. I'm gonna be a little heartbroken for Santos. Let's say if she loses this fight, I will, because she's been at the top, and she's been calling for the shot, and she came so close to beating Valentina. Like, I'll be a little bit heartbroken for her. I mean, I like both of these fighters. They're both in my my threat list here, but since Santos is right there, and I want to see her go in there and get Valentina again, it's like, I would be heartbroken if she lost this fight. Going back to the approach here, like, first question I'd ask, will Santos break Blanchfield? It depends on what type of approach he takes in the fight, too. You think about it. It depends. Like, it'd be crazy if, both fighters choose to make it a stand-up fight. Um, I know we both see this, we all see this as both of these fighters, high-level grapplers. It's going to be grappler versus grappler. But to me, sometimes when that happens, two fighters choose to strike, you know. They choose to strike, like Werner Jandiroba and Mackenzie Dern. They kind of chose to strike that night, right? They both had great jiu-jitsu, but they said, you know what? We respect each other's ground game so much, we're going to try to strike it out in this fight, right? Same with Usman and Covington. Their first fight, they high-class wrestlers, but instead they choose to box it out a little bit, So in this fight here, it could be a situation where the possibility of Santos breaking Blanchfield is there if they do take it to the stand-up, because I do think, Santos has got the power to hurt her. She's long. She when she lets those shots go, she lets that power out on the end of her punches. And you got to remember, like Molly McCann, she could take some of Tyler Santos's best shots because, hey, she's got a chin. Girl's got a chin. You see, y'all saw her fight Zombie Girl, like Molly McCann. You see that eye in that fight. That girl's she's tough. And also, when she gets hit, she takes a lot of pressure off punches because she's always moving. But then you got to remember, Erin Blanchfield comes forward more. She fights more to mid-range. She'll fight in the mid-range, or she'll come forward, to try to jab her way in on you and try to, clinch you up. So, this could be a fight where Tyler Santos use her, hopefully now, improved striking. Hopefully she's using her improved striking that she's been, working on. She fights at a good range. She could pick Erin apart. She does have that Muay Thai experience. Yeah, she's got that more, years of Muay Thai experience. Which is why I don't know why she didn't use it against Valentina at all. I know everybody said, "Oh, Valentina's superior striker," but you still got to use your doggone striking, man. Like you can't you can't just say, "Oh man, like oh my strike is not good because it's Valentina." No, man, you've been working on that stuff for years. Use it. You know what I mean? You got to use it. That's what frustrates me about some fighters. Like if you have skills in a certain discipline, but you facing somebody that you feel like is a little bit better, nah, man, you still have to use it to the best of your ability to get to a point where you can actually go in there and break your opponent down and get what you want, you know, because Tyler's going to have to use it in this type of fight. She's going to have to use the long jab. She's going to have to use the right hand in this fight and go to the body. It was successful against JoJo. If she controls that distance, this could be her fight where she, actually uses her stand up for this. Probably gonna be a 3-round fight, right? This ain't gonna be like a main event, So nah. So I think in that aspect, she could break Blanchfield in that discipline, in the stand up, because Aaron and Tyler, between the two of them, they both have spotty defense. They don't have the best defense. Aaron, she will get hit by some straight shots to get in to get what she wants. JoJo Aldridge, she was tagging her. Yeah, I can admit that. Come on. Some people say I ain't admit that. Yeah, JJ, she was tagging her. She won that first round. Who else hit her with some good jabs? Miranda got in a few. I want to say Sarah Alpar did. But she got a good chin, but you can only take so many of the shots from Tyler Santos. And if Tyler Santos choose keep standing and moving around, it could be that type of fight where she goes around chasing Tyler all night. So Tyler could just break her down with some power strikes all night. Then you got to factor in the tie clinch as well. Like when Aaron gets in, tries to shoot in, she can control that net, get that tie clinch, knees to the body, like she did to Molly. So that probably be the only way I'd see her breaking her. But like on the ground, I don't see her doing any of that really to Aaron. Like I got to give Aaron credit when it comes to her ground game. I don't see her being broken there because that's what she lives and breathes. She does. Her stand-up game is getting better. It's getting better. So expect her to start going for, hey, this type of fight too, man. Look, she's trying to make a statement. So expect Aaron to be going for some head kicks too in this fight. I'm just telling y'all right now. Expect Aaron to be going for some head kicks. So, that's why I'm saying Tyler, she got to tighten up on her defense, to prepare her for what's to come. But just, not even the championship fight, but this fight here in February, defense is very, very critical in this fight. And that's what really makes it hard sometimes to pick in these fights here because, whenever some of these fighters lack defense, you never know what's going to happen, like whether it's takedown defense or, just regular stand-up defense. I don't know. Somebody might get cracked. Somebody might get knocked out. Somebody might just start getting picked apart in the fight. That's the problem, like even with your flyweight division in general. Like after you go from Valentina on down, so many fighters just lack defense. They just lack defense, and that's always their downfall. Like whenever Jennifer Maya fought Chikagan 2 times, like, she could have made that a ground fight, but her defense was bad in that fight. She getting boxed up, by somebody with no power. She just got touched up. Now, if she had defense, good striking defense, she probably could have won the fight, So that's the one thing where you really have to factor in these fighters. And whenever neither one of them have, it's like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes it's like 50-50. See, whenever you put them in there, Valentina, you know why she's winning? Not just because of her power, because Valentina don't throw like a lot of knockout type of punches. The thing is, it's her defense that makes these fighters fight behind her. Jaxel Rivera said Aaron has some power on her. She has a nasty head kick KO. Yeah, she does, man. Mm. And that was like the first fight, that Leonardo fights, where I seen her improvement in her striking. And since then, yeah, she's gotten better with it, but just the lack of defense with these fighters, But yeah, like with the stuff she was doing to Molly was impressive, with her jab. So we'll see how her jab looks in this fight because that's going to be one of her keys, against Tyler Santos, using her jab and trying to wear Tyler Santos down. Who do y'all think has the best gas tank? That's what it is too. You got to look at that, man. Like that's a big part of this thing as well. Like who do you think has the best gas tank in this type of fight? I'm gonna say Santos. You know, since she's already gone 5 with the champion. But there was some, you know, she did get hurt in that fight. But let me see, that was her only 5-round fight, right? Aaron's got a pretty good gas tank too, though. Aaron's got a good gas tank too. I'm gonna say Santos because you know she's already been there on the championship level and made it 5 rounds. Never seen her like lose a round because she was like gassed or anything. I'm gonna say Santos because it's been proven on a higher level. But Aaron, you know, Aaron's definitely got a gas tank, and that I think that's what you were talking about. Two Beasts, like that's what makes it a little bit interesting. Two Beasts, like if she's able to gas Tyler Santos, then she probably could maul her. Because yeah, Aaron is strong now. Like Aaron's strong, and if she got the gas tank, she could. If she could wear Santos down, yeah, she could maul her. I could see it in that aspect too, man. Gabrielle said if Santos manages to take Aaron on the ground and control her, I hope Santos doesn't just lay on her, but actually use ground and pound. Yeah, this is the fight where she got to use a ground and pound. You know, you gotta develop that ground and pound now. So when you get into the level, you know, that championship level fight again with Shevchenko, you can do something. Marcus Bell said, "What happens if Tyler puts Aaron on her back? Can she get up?" I think for me, it's not really a question if she can get up. It's if can she set up anything off of her back? You know, because at that point, I think if Santos gets you down, Marcus, I think that Santos is just so much physically stronger, especially in that top position, that you know Aaron's going to be forced to look for what she can do. Like if Tyler Santos is in her guard, you know she's going to have to go for it, see if she can go for an armbar, or see if she can pull Tyler Santos in and maybe control her hip to kind of reverse the position to get on top, you know, or if she can if Tyler Santos goes for that side control, you know, see if she can kind of buck her hips up, you know. So I really think when she gets to that position, man, just off top, I think, you know, that's where Santos is going to have it, you know, have it on lock because whenever she's on top, yeah, she's very strong. But the thing is, kind of like how Juliana Pena did to Nunes when Nunes had top position, you know, Aaron is always still dangerous. Like she could look for a Kimura or she could just make her work at a high pace to wear her down. So she might lose a round if she's stuck on her back. But the thing is for Aaron, if she's on her back, if she can't get up, which I don't know if she will be able to, she's gonna have to make it an active round where she's moving a lot, doing a lot off her back to wear Santos down. You know, make her gas out early in those first couple rounds. Because that's what Juliana Pena did to Nunes, that high pace grappling, you know, really high pace. And even though she lost the first round, you know, she still had Nunes in a place where she wanted her to be. Korean Spears, what's up? What's up, man? Aaron said, 2B said Aaron hasn't done 5, but Aaron hasn't gassed thus far. Right. Paul said Santos is carrying around a lot of muscle, though she might tire easier. Jaxel said Aaron has to have a pretty good gas tank to put someone in the crucifix and repeatedly punch and elbow them for a long time. Yeah, that's another thing to look at, man. Like her work rate was pretty good, man. Her work rate was pretty good in that fight. I mean, it was like over 100 strikes landed, right? And, you know, she was busy, boy. She was busy. I mean, you know, striking, and, you know, trying to keep a crucifix on somebody while you hitting them with elbows. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of freaking work, man. You in there, you know, working your lower body and your upper body at the same time. You know, you got your opponent under here trying to squirm and get out, and you still keep them in that top position in that dominant position, and you're doing a lot. So yeah, she's got a pretty good gas tank. So this fight going in, man, I'm not even gonna say like gas tank gonna be an issue for either one of them because they both proven it. Even with the muscle thing, Claude, I don't know about the muscle thing, like because she's been carrying this around for a while now. I mean, it's gonna really come down to somebody just making somebody like get out of their rhythm, like again, like how Pena did to Nunes. You gotta get that fighter out of their rhythm. Take them out of the rhythm that they don't want to fight at. And that's usually how you get them to gas out. Will Erin still be considered a prospect after she beat Santos? I don't think so. I don't think so because this will be 5 in a row for her. It'll be 5 in a row for her, and you could legit say she's a contender. That's how I see it. Yeah, you put her in there. You put her in there, and if she beats her convincingly too, like if she was to blow out Santos, beat her convincingly, man, I don't know, man. Like I don't see her as that prospect anymore. Closer said I like. Oh, Brian said you're on early. Yeah, man, I'm just on for a little bit. I'm just on for the rest. Like a few more minutes. I said I wasn't gonna be on no more until next week, but hey, I just I want to jump on here because I'm gonna be busy the rest of the night, so I ain't gonna be on later on tonight. We're just talking about this Santos and Blanchfield fight a little bit. He said I like both. I don't want to see either lose. Yeah, I like both fighters. I like both of them. I don't want to see them losing either. Kareem said I think Santos is a better striker. Yeah, I think she is. I think she is a better striker. I think she definitely has the, not just the power, but just overall variety. But that head kick of our girl Erin, boy, it is deadly. But she had knocked out a lot of people with it. It was just that one time, really. But that just shows you how how much she's evolving. She's evolving in this thing. Yeah, I definitely like both fighters. Because they're my threat list. That's why I hate it for. I was gonna hate this. Either Tyler and Manon are gonna have to fight, or Aaron and Manon, or Tyler and Aaron. Miranda and Aaron already fought, and Aaron got one of my threats out of there. So 3 out of the 4 are ranked now. It's crazy. 3 out of 4 of the threats I feel in the division are in the top 10. That's good. Miranda just got to get it together. She just got to get it sharp, focused. Maybe eventually she'll get in the top 15. But yeah, everybody else is gone, man. Aaron's in the top 10. She about to fight Tyler. Tyler done did that. Manon is number 1. So yeah. Mark said if anyone had any doubts on Tyler's gas tank, it would be Valentina. It would be the Valentina fight. If anyone had any doubt on Tyler's gas tank, it would be the Valentina fight. Oh, yeah. And I think that was like a fact. I think that was like a mixture of things too, Marcus. Yeah, like I think it came down to the the broken, the fractured eye socket. And it also came down to repeated hits from Valentina, on the ground as well. And her pushing herself, that high paced wrestling. She was, taking Valentina down, and the work you have to put in to keep Valentina in that position, that wears you out. So I don't think that it's really even in her gas tank. It took a lot out of her because that's how strong Valentina is. You know what I mean? Like, so again, yeah, that definitely, to me, you see her huffing and puffing in that fight. It's because of what she did in that fight to win those rounds. So to me, that's like her gas tank is pretty good. Kareem said, and this is not biased, I legit think Tyler's skills is enough to beat Aaron. Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with you, man. I do. Like, that's why I don't want to personally, Kareem, I don't want to see this fight yet because I wanted to see Aaron, this young lady, kind of, nurture her style. You know what I mean? Like, Kareem, I wanted to see her get that work in that's really necessary for her to grow. Because remember, she's only 23 years old. She only 23. Like, the belt ain't going nowhere. You know, I mean, you ain't even in your prime yet, right? You ain't even in your prime. Most people don't fight for the belt till they're like 28, 29, maybe 30. You know, you got like a good 7 years ahead of you before you could. Some people even fought for the title, but um, maybe another fight or two would have been smart. But yeah, I could definitely say Tyler has those skills, and when you factor in the experience that she has with it, yeah, it's like don't be surprised if she does go in there and do something crazy, you know, and gets Aaron out of there. But you know, if Aaron is what she believes she is and what I think she is, I think she could fight a very competitive fight. But what about this, man? Like, if either one of these fighters comes out with a very okay, if the fight comes out as a split decision either way, would it be worth giving either one of them a title shot? See, that's the scary thing about this fight. Like, should there be a title shot given to anybody if they both look? Let me put it that way. If they both don't put on the performance we think they can put on, should a title shot be given to either one of them? Then should we go back to Manon and Grasso then? Like if Aaron wins on one card, Tyler wins on another, and Aaron pulls out that third card and she gets the split decision, comes out a little bit marked up, does she deserve that title shot? If Tyler wins that first card, Blanchfield wins that second card, Santos wins that third card, she gets a split decision, does she deserve the shot? Oh, I'll tell you right now, Valentina, right away, she's going to say, oh, no, she didn't look good against Aaron. She ain't getting that title shot. I tell you that right now, man. You know, if Tyler wins a split decision here, she is not getting that title shot. She ain't getting that rematch because Valentina definitely going to have an argument. She's going to be like, oh, man, nah. She was like, nah, I ain't giving her title shot. Now, even though she might have the style to, you know, always kind of disrupt Valentina, you know, Valentina going to be like, oh, nah, like, I ain't giving you that title shot. You ain't even look good against Aaron. Come back when you're ready. That's what she's going to say. That's exactly what she's going to say. And that's what the UFC will probably say. And in my opinion, she can't look bad in this fight. Santos can't look bad. Yeah, let's talk about Santos here in this situation. If Santos comes out with a split decision against Blanchfield, no, she's not gonna get a title shot. Would I give her a title shot? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm sorry. I love Tyler, but if you can't go in there and obliterate Aaron Blanchfield, and, you know, not even by stoppage or submission, if you can't go in there and 30-27 her, I don't know if I give you a title shot now, because that's telling me that maybe you were overlooking or underestimating, and you ain't supposed to do that. If you want to prepare for Valentina, you're supposed to go in there and take this girl's head off, right? But you go in there a split decision, and, you know, depending on what it is, on how you look bad in, if it's the stand up, and they ain't sure if it's the grappling, you ain't getting that title shot. I wouldn't do it. I mean, you barely made it past the number 10. I mean, oh no, that ain't happening. And on the business side, it ain't good for the UFC, especially on that point. Like, you came out with one split decision loss to Valentina, split decision to Aaron, and you think you won't get a title shot? No way. You know, Robert Whitaker, I know he got knocked out by Izzy, but he didn't get an immediate title shot. How many people did he have to beat? 3, right? He had to go on a 3-fight win streak before he got a title shot. So, and he was a former champ. So, yeah, if you can't beat Aaron Blanchfield decisively, so that's more pressure on her too. That's pressure. She got to go in there and destroy. She got to go in there and destroy this fighter in Aaron Blanchfield. That's why I asked that question. Can she do it? Can she break her? Because she's going to have to break her in this fight. You know, she's going to have to break her somewhat. Like, he might not break her will, but can she break her physically? Can she neutralize her physically? That's what it's all heading down to in this video here. Can she do that? Because she's going to need to say, yo, Valentina, These other girls can't hang with me. I'm destroying them. So, you know, we got to run this back, right? That's the situation right now. These girls ain't got nothing for me. Hey, let's do this again. You told me to fight my way back up. Hey, I got this victory. Let's do it. You know, so split decision ain't gonna cut it for her. Before I answer the next part here, hold on. Santos has to mop the floor. Right. Is Aaron but Aaron is a tough opponent, so why do Santos got to dominate? Why does she got to dominate? You got to dominate so you can get your title shot. You got to go in there and make a big statement, because if you don't, that's gonna make people say, why do we want to see her fight Valentina again? Right? You got to dominate, and that's the whole point. Aaron is a tough opponent, so if you can dominate a tough opponent, that means you are ready for Valentina, right? Because if you dominate a can, people are gonna say, "Oh, you didn't prove nothing." If you dominate, let's say if Aaron was a D-level fighter, if you dominate Aaron, people be like, "Oh, you don't deserve a title shot." But since we know Aaron is a tough opponent, you have to go in there and dominate. You can't come out with a split decision in this case, because again, Valentina gonna make that argument and say, "You are not ready. You barely made it past the number 10," right? That's what it comes down to. It can't be no close fight. It cannot be a close fight on Santos' part. She has to make a statement. Like Valentina said, work your way back up and show me something, and we'll get this fight on again. That's what it has to be. You got to go in there. And I ain't say if you can't knock him out, can't submit him. You got to make it look like you don't belong in there with this fighter. You got to make it look like you are a title contender. That's what it is. Claus says Santos hasn't beat a top 10 fighter yet. Jackson said, well, she's number 2, though. Jackson said, Valentino, wait a minute. Roxy and JoJo were top 10 fighters. What are you talking about? Weren't Roxy and JoJo in the top 10? I know you're going to try to talk about their skill sets, but, oh, they bad fighters. Oh, weren't they in the top 10? I know JoJo and Roxy were in the top 10 when Tyler Santos fought them. Come on. I know they were. JoJo been in the top 10 for a minute, even though she didn't need it, but she was top 10, right? I know Roxy and Joe. Come on, somebody gotta bring that up. Find it somewhere for me. Jackson said Valentino will probably choose Manon, Firo, Grasso, or maybe even Andrade if Tyler only wins by split decision. Kareem, because she was a title contender. Okay, Chikagan barely beat Ebos, and she wasn't even in the top 10. It will be a close fight. Neither will get dominated. Wait, Chikagan barely beat Ebos, and she wasn't even in the top 10. Yeah, I know. But she ain't getting no title shot. Right? Gabrielle said also it'll be a hard fight to sell if Bo don't. Exactly. It's going to be a hard fight to sell if you don't look good. It's going to be hard to sell if you don't look good. Do you think this will be similar to Islam versus Armani? I don't know. That's a good point, though. I'm not sure if I see it exactly that way. I do see there being some like chess moment type of spots in like the first couple rounds where there's a little bit of respect. But I actually think Tyler, you know what? Yeah, I think Tyler's going to be the one to initiate the offense a little bit more in this fight. I think she is. Because I think, you know, her being on a mission, she's going to look for a stoppage here. Mark said, if I'm not mistaken, either Roxy or JoJo was in the top 10 at the time. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I thought they were. I thought they both were top 10. They were in the top 10. Let me see. Roxy was 9. Tyler's. Okay, so they were top 10. I thought so. That's what I'm saying. I don't care what nobody say. If I know, oh, they ain't good fighters. Come on now. They were top 10 fighters. I know she beat 2 top 10 fighters. I knew she did. I was like, come on now. Jillian and Molly McCann ain't top 10, but I know JoJo and Roxy were top 10 at the time. Get with Candy said, I don't think it's up to Valentina. The UFC wants a fighter with a big following. I don't like this fight for either. It's not good enough for Tyler, and Aaron is not quite ready. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's 100% up to Valentina, not at all, because she said it in that interview too, which kind of made me say like, okay, why are you even really speaking on it, right? Because like, that's what I was asking about Valentina, because Valentina said it herself. She was like, it's up to the UFC. So we know it's not really up to her, but she's gonna say that regardless. Just like when she said, "Hey, I'd like to fight Alexa Grasso next," right? When she says, "I like to fight Alexa Grasso next," that don't necessarily mean the UFC is going to give it to her, right? So yeah. My point is like when you see a certain type of situation now with like Santos, she's going to try to sell it now and say, okay, she doesn't deserve that fight, right? Yeah, Roxy 9, Tyler was 12, JoJo was number 5, and that got her to 10. Okay. 2B said, I got to say, I'm super excited for Aaron, and I know this is a dangerous fight for her, but I got a feeling that Blanchfield might surprise Tyler. She has the mean streak and toughness with her skill. She definitely got the mean streak, and she got the technique too, man. So yeah, I'm excited. I like I said, I don't really want to fight for Aaron yet, but it's kind of a win-win for me because both of these fighters, I think they will give Valentina tough fights. Well, one already did, Um, but yeah, going back to the Aaron part here. If Aaron comes out with a split decision, okay, if Aaron comes out with a split decision in this fight, it's okay. It's okay. It's a little bit more okay for her because she's not that high ranked. Okay, like it'll be fine for Aaron. If Aaron comes out looking pretty decent against Tyler Santos, and Santos ekes out that split decision, well, no, Aaron ekes out that split decision. It's okay because at number 10, she can say, well, okay, that was a tough fight. I can go back to the drawing board. I can go back to the drawing board. I came away with a close win. I need to work on some things. So the where she stands in her ranking, she still has some leeway for me. She can come out with a split decision and say, okay, I can, I got to work on this. I got to work on that. She just signed a 4-fight deal. So the next fight doesn't necessarily have to be Valentina. I think there's a little bit more leeway for Aaron here because where she's placed in the ranking and because the UFC is pushing her so fast, she has a chance to still grow. And this will prove them wrong if she comes out with just a split decision win or even a split decision loss in this case. Like the UFC will say, okay, maybe we did push it too fast. All right, she can go back and fight a couple more fights, right? So, yeah, I think if it happens in that fashion, then we could say, okay, yeah, we'll give her another chance. No need to push her too hard because if she could barely get by Santos, then what could Valentina do to her? Yeah, Brian said this is a no lose situation for Aaron. No, it's really not. You win, even a close fight. People will say, "Oh wow, maybe you are ready." There'll be that argument. Even if it's a split decision, people say, "Oh, maybe you are ready for the champion." But deep down, we know, okay, maybe she needs to work more. But she's already got heads looking. She beat this big, strong girl in Tyler Santos, and then there's the other way to look at it. If she loses, hey, at least she got the experience, and that's something to take home. That's still something to take home. Jackson said, I think the UFC would give Grasso the title fight if she had just asked for it, but she seems to want to do everything. But yeah, I think they need to give it to her. I think they need to go ahead and give it to her. Cole said it could be a lose situation if this completely kills her confidence and momentum. I think it's only going to be a lose situation if she gets beat down. Like, if she gets beat down in there, like, destroyed. That's why I'm using the example of the split decision. Like, a split decision is not going to really hurt her. But like I'm saying earlier, if she does get, like, broken in there, that could definitely kill her momentum. You know what I mean? Like, if Tyler goes in there and brutally beats her, which again, that's what Tyler's going to need to do, that could do a lot of damage to Aaron's path. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, why are they doing this now? That's why a lot of people think it's premature. We feel one way about Aaron, but what we've seen happen in the past is more proof than what we feel, right? Got to kind of go by what we've seen and more than what we feel. So I think, yeah, like you're saying, yeah, that's what I had said earlier. Yeah, if you your momentum and confidence will be killed, but that's only if it's in dominant fashion. But I think that if it's close fight, I don't think so much. I think she'll be fine. Claude said Aaron may get a shot at the hype train. Valentina sooner at the hype train. Wait, Aaron may get a shot at the hype train. Valentina sooner than she think. Who you mean, Macy Barber? You talking about Macy Barber, the hype train? Get what Candy said. If Grasso doesn't take the fight, she needs to get out the way. She said she's been around for a long time. It's her time. Yeah, that's what people don't understand too. Like, Grasso been in the game for a minute. I don't care if it's strawweight or what. She's actually got more UFC years than Manon, Aaron, or Tyler Santos. Maybe more put together. What about put together? Because Manon's been in the UFC about 2 years. Tyler's been in the UFC like how many? 2.5. If you put all their years together, does it add up to Alexa Grasso's years? Because Alexa Grasso been in the UFC for what? She been in there for a minute. Oh, Brian said no. Remember Aaron called Valentina. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that was a while back. Yeah. Hey, I think if she does some dominant work, she'll get it right. She'll get in there. She'll get the thing I like about Aaron is I always, she ain't gonna backtrack. Closer said, I think it should have been Santos versus Chikagan. Yeah, that's what I said. That was my matchmaking Monday fight. I prefer that fight. Gabrielle said, do you think Aaron looks amazing? Do you think that if Aaron looks amazing, the UFC will fast track other prospects like Casey or Barber? Ooh, they already getting Amanda Ebos in there. I think they will with Barber. I think they will with Barber, Gabby. I think they will with Barber because Barber's already going to fight Andrea Lee. So if she goes in there and beats Andrea Lee convincingly, who's a veteran, they're going to say, okay, we're going to put Macy Barber in there with Chikagan next, right? Or they might say, okay, Macy Barber versus Lauren Murphy. Let's get her up to the top 2 or 3, I think if she looks good, they will. Casey, they might do the same too. They might. Casey might wind up fighting the winner of Arujo versus Ebos or something like that. Or somebody going to have to fight Andrade. I don't care if Andrade. I want to see one of these other young girls fight Andrade, man. For real. I want to see one of these young girls fight Andrade, dog, on it. I mean, y'all put Lauren Murphy and Caitlin Chikagan in there and Cynthia Calvillo. I want to see Macy Barber, Casey O'Neill, even Aaron. I want to see one of these young girls fight Andrade. Ain't nobody got a chance to fight Andrade. Dang, that Manon fighting Andrade, that would have been a good fight, man. That would have been a good fight. Keep putting these old heads near Andrade, man. I want to see Andrade take on Macy Barber, somebody. That's how you really prove yourself. You go in there and beat Andrade, that's it right there. Yeah, Andrade's a good fight for any prospect to take. Exactly. You go in there and do something with her, like with your grappling, or if you knock her out, or you beat her by decision, like 30-27, shoot. You notice that, right? Everybody, they keep feeding these older heads to Andrade, like Caitlin Chikagan, now Lauren Murphy, and Cynthia Calvillo. And I love Cynthia, but hey, she didn't stand no chance. She didn't even know she didn't even think she stood a chance. She said when she took that first punch, she was like, I'm done. Calvillo said, I'm done after taking one of them punches. She was like, I don't like this. But I want to see one of these other girls come up. They shouldn't even made that Lauren Murphy fight. I wanted to see Lauren Murphy versus Tyler Santos. And Casey liked to talk a lot of junk. I want to see Andrade fight Macy or one of them. 2B said the pro wrestling fan coming out. I'm really just salivating at the story of Aaron fighting Val, considering Aaron's words and resume up until now. Yeah. Even if she come out with like a split decision over Valentina, that would still be, a victor for her. Yeah, I do too. Andrade can be anybody. She can be anybody. She can be anybody. Anybody except Valentina. Anybody except Amanda Nunes. Those are two fighters I don't think Andrade has any chance of beating ever. Samus agree. Let's see what these young bloods can do with somebody like Jessica Andrade. For real. For real. I'm not, I'm not trying to get nobody knocked out. I just want to see what you can do in there. You know? If Grasso gets the title shot next, who do you think Manon will fight? If Grasso gets the title shot, maybe winner of maybe the winner of Andrade Lauren, or the winner of maybe the loser of Santos Blanchfield, maybe, or the winner of that fight. Maybe the winner of one of those two fights, or either that you gotta wait. Yeah, maybe the winner or loser of one of those two fights. Andrade is a good name to have in your resume, and also better win as well. Oh yeah, better win, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's you get a win over Andrade, yeah, especially in the fashion that you can do it. Like, I still love the way Joanna did it. Like, the way Joanna took Andrade apart with a jab and a leg kick. That was like one of my favorite. Just because I'm a striking fan and a stand-up fan, I love the way Joanna did it. I mean, the way Valentina, definitely not too shabby. definitely one for the records. But I just like the way Joanna just picked this little girl apart who had all this power but couldn't even utilize it. 2B said Aaron versus Tyler Winter. Yeah, probably like that fight, something like that. Murphy was really no selling Manon. I like to see her get back her chat. I like to see her back her chat there. Oh man, Lauren Murphy was talking mad junk, boy. In so many words. Like, Lauren, look, I like Lauren because she's a grinder, but she ain't got no room to talk now. Like, she ain't even beat Chikagan. She couldn't even beat Chikagan. And we only know she's gonna beat Andrade coming up. And she talking about Manon gonna get destroyed by Valentina. Hey, we all know what Valentina does, but what happened in there with Lauren Murphy? Like, people actually thought Lauren had a chance because she was so big and durable, some people said, but this girl gave it up. I think Manon will actually try against Valentina. Whether she wins or loses, she's gonna try. Excuse me. But Lauren didn't even try, man. Like, when she got stung one time, that was it. When she got stung one time. So I don't really think she could go out and judge her or some of these other fighters on what they're going to do. I mean, you might well just sit back and just say, hey, it's going to be a good fight. We'll see what the champion can do. You know what I mean? But I think Manon has more of a chance than Lauren Murphy. It's like Cynthia Calvillo said. I'm using her words. Lauren Murphy doesn't do anything special. Like, she's a tough, gritty fighter, but she's a grinder. Like she said, she's a worker. She doesn't do anything special. There's nothing that stands out. That's why she lost to Valentina. And those are Cynthia Calvillo's words, all right? I agree with them 100%. But when she said that, I was like, and then she said, Casey O'Neill likes to talk. She said Casey O'Neill talks better than she fights. I was like, wow, that's the next fight to make then. Okay. I want to see Casey O'Neill clap back at that. I really do. I want to see Casey O'Neill clap back at that, man. Uzi, okay, Closer said Lauren talking about she had an infection. Excuses. She had no infection that night. She was infected with all. She was infected with that all by Valentina. And then she got infected with those 1-2s. 2B said, man, that's what I'm saying too. Okay, look, let's look at that. Lauren Murphy. Okay. So you're saying, okay, with an infection. So was it an infection or was Valentina that good? Because, see, I'm sure Tyler, when she went in, Manon, when she goes in, they ain't going to go in with no infections and nothing like that, right? Their skills are much better, I think, in different ways that they could put up a good fight. But she thinks that based off of what the Chikayan fight was, which was a fighter she couldn't beat, she couldn't adjust to and beat, you know. She think that's a good way to gauge what could happen though. Or she feels like, oh, she just did the same thing. I was like, yeah, she beat her better than you did. You never beat her. But now it's like, oh, I have an infection. You know, first it was, oh, she's like Michael Jordan. Then I have an infection. She was just all over the place with that. In my opinion, Aaron was kind of working her way into that Andrade realm of the danger factor after that Miranda fight. Oh yeah. Oh, then now she blames the doc, and then she blamed the doctor. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here, man? I was like, oh, you better blame your skills. Like, but yeah, she was talking a lot of junk in this recent interview. She said she likes Andrea Lee and Macy Barber. You know, she likes their fighting style or whatever. You know, they're a good fight. It's a good fight, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I agree with Mace. Macy's a good fighter. Andrea Lee is kind of lacking, but yeah, she has the skills. But yo, she said Casey O'Neill talks better than she fights. I was like, wow. I mean, there's some truth to that. She talks a lot. She talks a big game, and she's still working on her game. But look, as a Minone fan, I gotta come to her. I gotta defend her a little bit here in this case, talking about how she looked against Chikagan. I mean, that was her bet. That was her thing. Her blueprint was to go in there and outstrike her at her own game. But for Lauren to talk that way, who got destroyed in 4, I mean, can't really say anything. Change the team and all that jazz, yeah. Claus said, meanwhile, in interview days after Val fight, Lauren said she was in best shape. Oh, my goodness. Infection, best shape, Michael Jordan, what's going on here? Lauren Murphy's getting ready to pound someone in the head with a bag of flour. Oh, no. When you get in there, Andrade about to pound somebody in the head with a couple bricks. See, now this is where I don't defend fighters. Grasso consistent, Murphy changed the story. Yeah. Look, yeah, two beasts. Again, look. Yeah, I'm glad we look at it like that. Look, Grasso and Minone in this case, like they were kind of consistent. Even like Minone before the fight, she said, if I don't look good against Caitlin Chikagan, I want another fight. Should she have taken the Valentina fight? Yes. But they didn't really make any excuses about anything else. Like Grasso, they were always keeping that same experience energy. People just don't like the experience thing. They don't like that talk. But Lauren Murphy, first, I'm in shape, infection, doctor. Valentina was just that good. I wasn't myself. My trainers wasn't helping me out. They didn't want me to go all the way in this fight. I don't know. Yeah, if she really wants, if you want to prove like what level Minone is on, okay. Lauren Murphy versus Minone, that would be a good fight. Let's do that. I like that fight. Lauren Murphy versus Minone. I already know, that. Well, no, never mind. That was another fight I was thinking of. Never mind. Gabrielle said maybe she feels jealous that everyone's talking about her, talking about everyone else, and no one's talking about her. Yeah, to kind of put herself on the map. Yeah, Lauren versus Minone, that's an interesting fight. Mark Robinson said, what's up? Just getting in. Casey O'Neill talks better than she fights. Where's BJ? Did he hear that? I don't know if you heard that, but that is funny, yo. Funny, but a little bit true. Jackson said, Furo versus Grasso would be a nice fight for main event in Europe. Too bad Minone is injured. I think Lauren just embarrassed from her performance. Yeah, that was her big chance. You know what? I still think Valentina might wind up fighting 3 times this year. If they give her Grasso first quarter, she'll fight Minone mid-quarter, and she could fight Santos at the end of the year. I doubt it works out that way, but that would be solid, man. That would be dope if they did that, man. Valentina fight 3 times this year. Granted, if somebody beats her in there, you know what I mean? But like, if she continues to go on the dominant range she's on, she could fight 3 times this year, and that would be a big year. Grasso, Minone, and Santos in 1 year. Lauren is a lot of things. Jealous ain't one of them. She knows the space she occupies in this division. Claude said we could hear something about Manon by the end of the week. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Because she didn't get a torn ACL. She had like a ruptured ligament. And I guess it's healing back up. I've been seeing her just doing some regular upper body workouts. I know Agapova, boy, her junk is messed up. Like Agapova can only do so much workout. You know, she can only do so much with her legs. Like all she can do is sit down and hit the bag right now. Like she has to sit down on the ball while she hits the bag. Like she can't do any movement, like turning her feet with her leg with you know her punches. Agapova can't do any of that right now. Wonder if Weili gets a defense, will they let her fight Valentina? I hope not. If she gets a defense, she needs another defense. She needs another defense. She needs another defense at 115. She don't need no fight with Valentina anytime soon, Kid Jackson. I'm serious. I'm serious, Jackson. She don't even need to think about a Jackson. Jackson Rivera. Yeah, that's your name. Okay, yeah. I don't think she even need a title fight with Valentina at all. I've been agreeing with Val a lot lately. I'm starting to like her. Starting to? Yeah, I always like Val. I mean, Val makes sense. I mean, I don't see how anybody could dislike her. I mean, maybe if you just don't like her fighting style, but as far as what she does, Valentina definitely makes a lot of sense. That's why she is where she is, you know? Like, even what she's saying about some of these fighters, yeah, you need to work your way up. Or if she's talking about Weili, like when she said Weili is strong and she got better, but it's not going to do anything in a fight with me. Like, she was like, you know, that's not going to do anything. Like, they ain't going to do anything in a fight with me. She's telling the truth. You know, she's just telling the truth. She's telling facts because she knows hard work. Like, again, you don't have to be a fan of Valentina, but I think everybody has to respect how she's always taken an approach to fighting. 2B said it's legitimately sad that even when we now have compelling challenges for Val, that she still isn't as over as her skills deserve to be. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, Colosseum said it wasn't her, it was her hardcore fans that turned me off. Yeah, I don't even care about them fans, Colosseum. Like, I don't care. Like, even like with the Weili thing, I like Weili, but man, like some of their fans, even like on other like bigger platforms I look at, when they're in the comments section, they act like Weili can do no wrong. Like, it always comes back to a conversation with Weili with some people. Like, it's always Weili this, Weili that, or Weili beats this person. Or if you think Lamos can beat Weili, they get mad at you. You a villain now. So it's like, I don't even pay attention to a lot of that talk anymore. Like, the hardcore fans can't really turn me off of, or fanboys can't turn me off of a fighter if I like them. Because, you know, I know Weili and Valentino aren't saying that. It's the fanboys, you know? And they get ridiculous. Like, sometimes they just get ridiculous. Like, I like Weili's training and her style, but they act like it's invincible, and it's not. Like, Lemos has a good chance to knock Weili out. I know that's going to offend people right there. Weili could get knocked out by Lemos. Yeah, I said it. Can she? Will it happen? I don't know. But her chances are good. Lemos could land square on her jaw and drop her and put her out. They don't like to hear that. Pretty sure Val was only has a one left fight on contract. I think that's another reason why she delayed the Tyler fight. More negotiation with 10 straight. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If you in negotiations, you got to be wisely like about the fights you take. Yeah. The fights you know, the last fights in your contract, you know, to kind of build up how much you can get much of an increase on your next contract, you know. GP said Val has a great style. When she gets into the motion, she picks you apart. They just want KO. Right. Yeah, I like a fighter that can pick you apart, man. I hope Blanchfield trains as well and as hard as possibly you can. She's a young fighter, but even if she was an older fighter, the Santos fight is a great opportunity. Yeah, for sure. Brian said Valentina not being over has nothing to do with her skills. 2B said, yeah, 2BC, I think fans play an enormous role in why fans don't like certain fighters. Right. Weili's English is getting better. It is. It is for sure. Yeah, it is her skills too. Johnson says always that almost fights twice a year, so something definitely odd definitely happened this year. Stammer said, but to expect her to ask is too much. She rarely does. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, the fans can do that. Stamina. I mean, two beats they can do that, but that's why I do turn in the chats off with some people. I'll be like, yo, I ain't even, I don't even want to hear them person comments and they talking about, oh, you don't know nothing just because I give a person the chance to win. I don't even like to hear that. But yeah, y'all, I'm about done. I just want to come on here one more time and we talk about Santos and Blanchfield. I'm not coming back till Tuesday this time. I'm serious this time. I'm serious. I just wanted to drop this stream here because, had some questions. People asked me some questions about this fight. Came out of nowhere. But after the day, man, I'm taking the holiday off till Tuesday, okay? QB said, trust me, all people know this and so much that I wish for blissful ignorance. And I'm saying that someone with your hard work and skill level deserves to be the main event. Gabrielle said, do you think Lemos will get booed if she fights Whaley? Oh, yeah, Gabrielle, she going to get booed. You know that. She going to get booed. She definitely going to get booed. And I know when I talk about her in my breakdown, when the fight happens, people going to be talking trash. Just like when I gave Carla a chance, people were talking trash. People were talking mad trash. But with this one here, I know for a fact, Lemos fight. Yeah, if the fight is in China, they booing. But I think they'll boo here too. I think they will boo here too, though. Oh boy, they're gonna be talking mad trash. When I say if I predict Lemos to win, or if I even give her a chance, people are gonna say, "Oh, you stupid." Lemos will silence the crowd. She can silence the crowd. She for sure she got the chance to do it. And if she does, I can tell people I told you so. Because people laughed when I said Lemos has a chance to get a title shot, or she'll fight Whaley one day, or she'll be up at the number one contender spot. Somehow, some way she'll get there, I said. But yeah. All right, y'all. I am out. I'm out of here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all got some good questions, good conversation again. Gabrielle said Whaley versus fight of the night. Whaley versus Lemos fight of the night. I don't think it'll be like that because I think that Lemos and Whaley both have power that could end it, and submission game from both. I think that I think that type of fight was just like a lightning in the bottle type thing, man. Like Whaley and Joanna. It depends on like if they're in that type of mood and that type of structure with their body. You know what I mean? That night in the heart, everything just the stars got a line for that type of fight again, where both girls are just going at it. Because you see Whaley and Joanna, the second time they couldn't replicate that fight. There wasn't no way they're gonna replicate that fight. Joanna went face first. Different approach, different hearts, different mindsets. But that night they just aligned and put on the best fight in WMMA though. I don't think it'll be like that type of barn burner though. Six, what's going on? He said easier said than done. He said styles make fights by there is a skill set difference in this fight. Yeah. If Whaley wrestles more, she'll win, but if it stays on the feet, it's over. Yeah, I think the feet is gonna be a dangerous place for Whaley in this fight. I'm serious. Whaley will beat Lemos, have the crowd roaring. I don't know. Who knows, Ronnie Ring? Tell you when it get into that grapple and that clinch, Whaley, she definitely got an advantage though. Definitely. For sure. All right, yeah. So hit that like button, y'all. And yeah, shout out to everybody in chat. We'll talk again next week. And enjoy y'all's holiday. Merry Christmas to all y'all. Enjoy your holidays, And we'll do some end of year review talk when I come back Tuesday. Lines will be open too. We can talk about what y'all liked in 2022. We'll do that. yeah, next UFC card ain't for like another month. So yeah, I'm taking this time to chill. Six said, "What's up? Happy holidays." Yeah, man, for sure. Ryan said, "Peace." Uh, he said, "Style make fight." Oh, okay, I read that. Oh yeah, if Whaley wrestles, she'll win. Stays on the feet. TP said they keep the belt warm for Dern. Big Mac coming. Oh boy, that's a different story right there. GP said that they're keeping the belt warm for Dern. He said the Big Mac is coming. Big Mac McKenzie. Big Mac Kenzie. Oh wow, I ain't even gonna start with that one, y'all. All right. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Merry Christmas.